Good afternoon, South Africa, and a very, very warm welcome to you. Now, before we start the show, South Africa has lost a talented star, Tami Shobede. Tami was the runner-up for a popular singing competition in 2016 and went on to release his debut album titled Never Lost. Our heartfelt condolences go out to Tami's family and loved ones. He will be dearly missed.
Absolutely. Thoughts and prayers definitely go out to all of his supporters, all of his fans, but more importantly, his family. Definitely, you're in our thoughts.
So welcome to Afternoon Express. I trust that you're having a lovely afternoon. It is one day left until the weekend, and we are just as excited as you are at home. So Thursday is the type of day where we get stuck into amazing stories and wildly talented individuals. If you've ever wondered what your significant other thinks about it, or about today's guests, then you've probably helped out at one point or the other, whatever that means. But today in studio, we meet the man behind one of the country's most popular radio segments. Hashtag Ask a Man. It's one of my best. I absolutely love listening to Metro FM, especially for this.
Yeah.
And of course, it's a naked DJ. He's been in the South African entertainment industry for well over a decade and has been celebrated as a solidified personality in the media space. Having sharpened his talent in hip-hop DJing early on, he joins us now to reflect on the journey that continues to unfold.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to what he has to say. But later on, we also make a quick mouth-watering treat with Chef Chava Mokake. I'm talking a very tasty recipe of coconut and lemon slices, so you don't want to miss it. And we also know that self-care is one of the most important parts of every single person's life out there. So I'll be sharing some of my most helpful self-care tips that work like a charm. Now connect with us online and tell us what your favorite DJ and singing collaborations are. Tweet us at Afternoon Chat using the hashtag Afternoon Express or comment on our Facebook page.
All right, let's get on with our first segment of the show. Our first guest today is a singer and a beautiful songwriter who hails all the way from the Northwest Province. Her sultry vocals with expertly crafted jazz undertones are the perfect marker for a female vocal powerhouse. With the recent release of her debut album, Ayanda Gia has worked with the likes of Stogie, T, Zion, and A. Reese. Let's check out the music video for one of the songs from the album.
I got something to say. I can't control it. Every single time you look up my way, I know. Didn't have to be the one to tell you so. 'Cause baby, I can't be the only one. You got me going crazy, baby. See what I'm saying now? You can't be bored. And maybe we can chill. The next time when you come around, maybe we can talk. And I know I'm sounding crazy, but I just got to let you know. You got it going on.
Ah, the incredible Ayanda. Welcome to the show. If you've got any questions for Ayanda, please head over to our socials using the hashtag Afternoon Express. I mean, can you spell iconic?
Thank you.
You just look absolutely incredible.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
So congratulations on your new body of work. Tell us what it's about.
I understand it's basically about me. I wanted to, because I've been doing music for a while now, but I wanted a personal what can I call it? Introduction, rather. Yeah. Of myself and what I've been going through as a, as a girl, as a human being, as a woman, So that's where I understand comes from. So it's just bits and pieces of my experiences in song and wanting to, share that with everyone and having everyone reflect on their lives in terms of what I've been going through, so we can all heal together. So that was basically what I understand is about.
I really enjoy the play on words, like I understand. I thought that was very, very clever.
Oh, yeah. It actually has a double meaning. me standing for myself as Ayanda, knowing who I am, and also getting to understand why I had to go through the things I went through. So that's basically what I understand stands for.
Tell us what you have been going through.
Wow, a little bit of everything, especially because, you know, being in the music industry, you learn a lot of things. So, you know, sharing those things, my emotions, how my change, like being, you know, from a girl to a woman, you know, heartbreak, love, lost people in my life, like just everything, you know, just putting it into song. Because I'm not really a person that can, you know, speak or elaborate how I feel, but I can do it when I'm singing. So that's basically why I decided to just put it all in, you know, into an album.
And I feel like you're a remarkable writer as well. Do you just write songs, or do you do any other kind of journaling or any other kind of writing?
I actually
you write so well. You're incredible with words.
Thank you. I actually started as a poet. I actually thought I was a poet. So that's where it all started. And then also I could sing. So I was like, you know what? Maybe I should put my poetry to music, you know? I think it's also because of the influence. I grew up listening to a lot of soul music. So that was a genre that really spoke to me a lot. So yeah, I think that's why I write the way I do.
And girl, can you sing? But you know what I love most about your about your music, and especially like with Go Go Girl. You sound like one of those proper 90s R&B superstars. Like you easily could have been in Destiny's Child.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I grew up on it. You know, it's one genre that's really so big. Like it means a lot to me.
And obviously you are just a vision and creative on every level. You make your own flower crowns and all your own. I mean, wow, how much time goes into that?
A lot. Well, it's actually therapeutic for me. So I spend a lot of time thinking. So when I'm sitting and I'm just thinking, I'm like, you know, let's try doing this. You know, at home we're very creative. My mom also sews. She makes dresses a lot and stuff like that. So I guess that's where I get it from.
So tell us a little bit about a day in your life. Like, are you in studio every day? Are you writing all the time? And obviously, how you feel about performance.
Well, I don't really write all the time, but when the inspiration comes, then, you know, I want to sit down and write, or, you know, go to studio, call, you know, the person I work with, Zeph. So I'll be like, Zeph, I got this idea, let's try it out, you know, kind of thing. So, well, basically that's what my day looks like. If I'm not at home, just, you know, relaxing, working on something, creating a crown, then I'm at home with my mom, we're cooking, just, you know, just normal general things. Go to the mall. Like, I'm not really, I don't have a specific thing that I just do every single day, you know. It just depends on the day how it goes, and then we just go with it.
Exactly. And now, how long does it take you to compile your albums? Like, well, especially this last album.
It took us 2 years to put it together.
That's insane.
The reason I took that long was because I really wanted to spend a lot of time in just collecting everything that meant really a lot to me. I wanted to be as honest as possible when it came to this album. So it took me 2 years because I really wanted to make peace with a lot of things for myself first before I could actually present it to the world. So that's why it took me so long. And I wanted it to be as honest as possible because as music is so powerful. You interact and you know, you kind of like engage with people in that sense. So I wanted to share that, you know, in the most personal point of me, you know, to everyone else. So
and it really is such a fantastic album. It is such a beautiful personal message. What is your relationship like with the entertainment industry?
So far, so good. Especially with the album coming out, the response has been so amazing. You know, a lot of people just recently discovered me, so it's like it's still a new thing for, you know, a lot of people that, oh, where's she coming from? Where has she been all this time? You know, so it's been very interesting. It's not really been an easy ride, I won't lie, especially because I'm an independent artist. So a lot of things you need to do yourself, you know, but also what it has taught me is, you know, getting to know, you know, the back end of everything, how it works, and, you know, how to get yourself out there. So I spent a lot of time doing that.
Independent and internationally recognized. But you also seem so soulful and so, like, your feet are definitely on the ground. How do you think you handle fame? And, you know, I think if you look at things like Twitter, everybody's got an opinion, everybody's... How do you keep yourself preserved?
I think it's the intention. You know, that keeps me grounded, the intention and what I'm doing it for, you know. So I think that's the one thing that always rings in my head. What are you doing it for? Why are you on stage? You know, for me, it's a healing process. You know, someone out there may be going through heartbreak, don't really know how to deal with their heartbreak. And probably one of my songs actually takes them to that better place, you know, of healing and letting go. So that's basically what keeps me grounded. That's what keeps me going as to, this is what I need, this is why I need to do what I do. So,
You are so amazing. amazing and so beautiful and so talented. If anybody breaks your heart again, I'm coming after them.
I'm gonna call you, girl.
Yeah, I'll be your bodyguard.
Absolutely, Jeannie, I'm right there with you. Of course, Ayanda, with such a beautiful message, always remember your why, and you can never steer wrong. Now, we've asked you on social media if you've got any questions for Ayanda. We've got Usbusiswa Goodness here who says, hi, Ayanda Gia, keep up the good work of feeding our souls with your music. And my question for you is, as an artist, what are you bringing to the table this approaching year in 2020?
Sorry, the what?
What are you bringing to the table as an artist, girl? The people want to know.
Okay, so what I want to bring is I want to bring truth. I want to bring honesty. I want to bring you to your own, truth as a person. I want you to reflect on yourself as a human being as to where you are in life and where you are headed. So basically, that's the intention of what I do. It's basically us sharing, sharing our energies and seeing how we can be better people for each other. So that's basically what I'm bringing. Yeah.
And that is a whole lot that you're bringing to the table. We've got Emike Stevens, who says, how did you collaborate with Aries? And your song, Falling For You, wow, what a song. I just love it.
Okay, so it was a very interesting one. Aries had dropped an album before, so he wanted to do a song on his album. So that's how it actually started, my relationship with him. So it wasn't really such a hard thing to ask him to do a song with me on my album. So that's basically how it happened. But he's just an incredible rapper, incredible writer too. So also, I love his texture, so that's why I really wanted to collaborate with that. I'm very experimental with sound and texture, so he was a very perfect candidate for that.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Indeed, a perfect collaboration. We asked you on social media as well, who is your favorite singer-rapper collaboration? I have to say Aries and Ayanda are right up there for myself. Our last comment here from TV Kosh, who says, finally, Ayanda, welcome to my favorite show. My question is, being known as a house singer, how difficult is it to move into the Afro, pop and R&B space?
It actually wasn't that hard because I actually started on R&B. That's something that people don't really know. I started on R&B, and my relationship with house was because of Sir LSG and Ralph Gum. So when they heard my music and they really liked my sound and they wanted to see how I would sound when it came to house. So that's where the relationship started. And also, like I said before, experimenting with sound, it's really good for me because I want to see how far I can go in terms of my vocal abilities. So that was actually a very fun thing for me to do. I probably will do it again, definitely. Yeah.
The thing is with house music is no one ever knows that it's your voice.
Yeah.
Because you only ever know who the DJ is.
Right, yeah, because then it's just like, yeah, that Ralph song, that's the one I like, so yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Well, we love you and we just want to hear any kind of music that you bring out. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for
You're not
having
leaving
me.
here with that crown.
Okay, cool.
I guess we're battling for it, Jeannie. Now, after the break, we chat about all things self-care. Do not move a muscle.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. I hope that you're having a wonderful Thursday afternoon. Now, Appetite Fest, the biggest culinary and entertainment festival that Pretoria has ever seen. It returns to Times Square from the 13th to the 15th of September 2019. Presented by Sun International in association with 94.7, this year's three-day Appetite Fest promises to be bigger and better than the inaugural festival in 2018, with an extra day added to give food adventurers more time to explore, as well as more gastronomical experiences and spectacular entertainment.
Now, Sun International and Afternoon Express are very excited to announce that we are giving away one lucky viewer the opportunity to win an experience of a lifetime. Now, if you simply SMS the keyword WIN along with your name and city to 33650, you will be entered into a random draw to win a set of double tickets to this year's Appetite Fest from Friday the 13th of September to Sunday the 15th of September.
Now, joining us once again for this year's Appetite Fest is culinary media personalities Gary Mahegan, George Columbaris and Matt Preston. So get ready not only to have your most desired cravings fulfilled, but also your hearts, with entertainment led throughout the day and throughout the three-day festival by Lady Zamar, DJ Fresh, Good Luck, Shut Up At Sunday, Kimmy K, Mellow B, DJ Atlanta and Pilani Boo Boo.
Look, I'm going to be there, so you definitely do not want to miss out. Enter our competition by simply SMSing the keyword WIN along with your name and city to 33650. The competition closes at 6 p.m. on Thursday, the 12th of September. That's today after the show. And entries are limited to residents of Pretoria and Johannesburg. SMSs cost R1.50. Free SMSs do not apply. T's and C's do apply and can be found on afternoonexpress.co.za.
It is official, fellas. We are going to South Africa for Appetite Fest.
At the Sun Arena in Times Square in Pretoria.
There's three of us. There's going to be top chefs, there's going to be artisan producers, there's going to be a streetery, live entertainment. Tickets are available at CompuTicket. It's going to be Lackabroo! Lackabroo!
Now, from the minute we open our eyes in the morning, we are constantly on the move, from trying to make that sunrise yoga session in time or gulping down your lunch before heading down to your next meeting. We often forget to make time for ourselves and for self-care. So in my mind, the perfect self-care day involves a bubble bath maybe, smooth shaven legs, and reruns maybe of my favorite show, definitely yoga, eating well. Now, I want to know from you ladies, how do you girls do self-care? Like, how do you know in the day that you've just preserved all that is you?
Well, I don't know about you ladies, and I don't know about yourself, Ayanda, but for me, I need to always take care of the inside first. So for me, self-care is about meditation, visualization, focusing, and I feel like that truly does feed my spirit. I think of my brain as a garden. So all the negative thoughts I weed out, and all the positive thoughts I feed. So for me, it definitely starts inside. And then we can start talking about the skin, the hair, darling, the face masks. I don't know about you.
For me, it's the same thing, because especially with what I do, you know, I give out a lot of energy. You know, I stand in front of people and I give this. This is how I you know, and so for that, I also need to be okay within myself as well. So which is why, you know, all these negative things that you speak of, you know, you need to get rid of those things. You need to be in a very positive place in order for you to present what you need to present. So for me, it has to start in, and when it starts in, I mean, it shows, it reflects with your outside. You know, for me, that's how it starts.
I have to agree with that. There's a certain glow about you that comes around with positivity. So moving on to the more superficial, but that is so important too, because we're all some busy girls, right?
Definitely.
So sometimes you don't have time to sit down, take care of yourself, unwind, have that bubble bath, which I'm definitely taking tonight. I think I love a good face mask. You know, a good 15-minute face mask, in and out, hydrating, drinking water, of course, and making sure that the skin is popping at all times.
I love a good exfoliation. I'm a very, very tactile person. So once I've exfoliated, I exfoliate my whole body every day, and then always moisturize, and I always put oils in my bath so that skin is always super soft. But I felt your skin. You have the softest skin ever.
Let me see. I just want to see.
Ayanda is basically made out of silk, everyone.
Yes, because she really is. It's really important. I mean, like eating healthy as well is the most important thing for me. Because I mean, I use energy a lot. You know, I'm always on the move. I'm always running. I'm performing here. I'm, you know, so I need to eat right. I need to sleep enough. I need to, you know, all of those things matter, especially because I sing as well. So I need to hydrate. You know, your vocals work better when you hydrate a lot. So yeah, so definitely.
Love that.
All of those things.
I clearly need to hydrate today. Thank you so much for sharing your self-care tips with us. And of course, ladies, do not forget to embrace your time to shine. Opt for Bic Soleil disposable razors, available at your local leading retailers nationwide. Make this summer your time to shine with Bic Soleil.
Now, if you've been keeping up with our epic braai challenges these past few weeks, then you might already be planning your braai your way for this coming weekend. Well, to ignite a little more inspiration with Royko, I was with Jan, the expert of braai, Jan Braai, for yet another mystery box challenge. And here is what went down. Jan, over the past few weeks, you have proven that with Royko, you can make delicious meals every time. Doesn't matter which mystery challenge or mystery box you choose, and you make it look so easy. What's the best thing to keep in mind when doing so?
I think the most important rule when you're braaiing is to always have enough wood on your fire. It really doesn't matter what the mystery ingredient is, but if we don't have a fire and we don't have coals, we can't braai.
Well, you seem ready for your next challenge.
Absolutely.
Behind us, we've got 3 mystery boxes, each with a unique ingredient and a Royko marinade. These knives have all been labeled, and you can randomly choose a knife, and that will let us know which mystery ingredient we'll be using.
B for braai. B for mystery box B. So let's see.
I wonder what's in mystery box B.
There we go.
What's in the box? What's in the box?
Iceberg lettuce.
And of course, Royko smoky barbecue marinade.
There was iceberg lettuce. Now, that is not what I expected to find in the mystery box, so it was indeed a mystery. There was also Royko smoky barbecue marinade in it. So you obviously don't really want to marinate iceberg lettuce, nor do you want to braai it.
The only positive in this box is that Royko smoky barbecue marinade, which I love.
I'm thinking let's do burgers. So we've got smoky barbecue marinade, which will obviously go with any of the big 4 meats. So you can pair that with pork, with chicken, with beef, or with lamb, because it's a very straightforward, let's call it braai flavor. Let's do chicken burgers, but like a BLT chicken burger, because then in our name we can say lettuce in the name of it, and it's box B, so B for burger, and I think that will be fantastic.
Jan decides to make a BLT chicken burger, which stands for bacon, lettuce, and tomato. Okay, I see what he did there. Jan, what is the first step in making our BLT chicken burger?
My honest opinion is that you do not need to leave the chicken in marinade overnight, because it's quite a thick marinade.
Yes.
It's not going to penetrate the chicken.
Absolutely.
It's just going to cover it. So like that. There's no real chick to it. And then we can flip it over and some marinade on the other side.
This seems so simple, so easy, and most of all, efficient. Do we not need to season our chicken?
It's quite a bit of seasoning and salt and all sorts of stuff inside the sauce. So it's like think of it as an all-encompassing flavor. We don't need to actually add salt. Chicken, very straightforward to braai, similar to prawns and fish, because you can see as they cook. So the meat actually changes color throughout.
The problem I often find at braais is that the meat is always overdone. I wonder what Jan's trick is to keep that chicken moist.
So the easiest way, I think, to have your chicken breasts or any other meat perfectly braaied is to just don't over-braai it 99% of the time, and this goes for chicken breast or anything else that you braai.
Let's get stuck into this recipe. What's the first step?
I like to cut the iceberg lettuce nice and fine. We don't want whole leaves, that would be too dominating. And there we go. It's our BLT Royko marinade chicken burger.
This looks so delicious. Jan, are you happy with your final product?
Delighted.
I'm certainly so impressed. With Royko, it's all about your braai, your way. Now, before I tuck into this juicy BLT chicken burger, if you're feeling left out and need this recipe, SMS the keyword Royko to 33650. Jan, shall we do this again, same time, same place next week?
Absolutely.
You had so much fun that day. Now, look, if you have any braai secrets and tips, we want to hear all about it. Simply follow the link on our Facebook page. You can stand a chance to win awesome weekly Royko braai hampers and the grand prize of an exclusive bush getaway braai for two. Now, go to facebook.com/Afternoon Express for more details and share those tasty braai secrets.
Make cooking easy with Royko. Delicious every time.
Now, still to come Afternoon Express. Don't miss the coconut and lemon slices that they're going to be making in the kitchen after this. Yummy.
Express yourself.
Indulge with Bliss Double Cream Yogurt, made with love by Clover.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Now, thanks to the creamy and indulgent taste of the new Clover Bliss lemon meringue flavors, our coconut and lemon slices are the perfect treats to spoil yourself with. With just a few ingredients, you are going to need this recipe. And to get it, simply SMS the keyword Clover to 33650. SMSs cost R1.50 and free SMSs do not apply. And if you're not familiar with the gorgeous man standing beside me, darling, this is Chef Chava. He is known more than known as Chef Chava Chava, you are the tasty genius, right?
Yeah, sweet genius.
Well, look, everything's sweet in this kitchen. I'm looking forward to diving in. So you're at home here. You all things desserts, decadence, indulgence is your name.
Definitely.
Okay, let's dive in. What do we need for this ingredients?
All right, what we need, we need crushed biscuits. And then we also need butter. This is like a quarter of a cup that is melted. Then basically what you do for the crust, you add that in there.
Okay.
And then you mix it up.
And this is just making the base?
Yeah, you're just making the base.
Okay,
and the base is the key. So you have to make sure that you get it right. It has to feel like a beach sand.
Oh, okay. Is that the consistency that we're looking for?
Yes, that's the
beach sand consistency. Oh, and this is coming together beautifully to make these lemon and coconut slices.
Yes,
okay,
definitely.
Stunning. Okay, so whilst that is in there, how can I help?
Then you're going to make the base.
Okay.
Then I'm moving on to the gelatine.
Okay, so how do you make the gelatine then?
So definitely what you have to do, because the gelatin is dry, gelatin leaves, so we have to make sure that we add it into cold water. Don't use hot water because it's going to melt. So you will rather go with cold water and make sure that it's soaked 5 to 10 minutes.
Okay.
And then until it's soft.
And when that's done?
When that is done, we'll have the gelatin and then you have to melt it. You can melt it in a microwave or you can use a pan.
Oh, okay.
So at the end of the day, you have this liquid over here.
Oh, stunning. And then that comes from the sheets?
Yes, that comes from the sheets.
Super easy. So if you've been wondering what I've been getting up to here, I've just been creating the base, of course, the crust of those delicious coconut and lemon slices. And I've packed down that base quite well. Okay, next.
See? Awesome. You got it perfect. Perfect.
I was going to say we've got a prefect here, always monitoring. Okay, prefect, how did I do? Class captain.
Not too bad for a starter.
Okay.
So basically what we're going to do, we're going to use the clover bliss.
Okay.
Lemon meringue flavor. We're going to use half a tub.
Delicious. This new flavor for me is so iconic because they've taken an age-old dessert, a dessert that we all love, and they've turned it into this gorgeous yogurt-based treat.
Yes, what I love about this is that it's very convenient and you don't have to stand there and double boil. That's a problem that a lot of people have when they make a lemon meringue.
Okay.
So they have that challenge of double boiling. So when you have this, it can make your things easy. Then we're going to add our gelatin in there.
Okay. And then you give it a good mix.
You have to make sure that it's really mixed very well.
Incorporating, of course, the gelatine and this delicious lemon meringue.
Yes.
Clover bliss. Okay, so once that's mixed in, do we then add it into the base?
We add it into the base and then we put it into our fridge and let it set.
Okay, so whilst you're doing that, we've already got the finished product here. Come through. And this is what you prepared for us earlier.
Yes.
Delicious. This looks good. It's quite solid and it's still cold.
Yes, definitely it has to be cold. And then what we're going to do now, we're going to cut it into 4 slices.
Okay.
Yes.
Having enough for everyone in studio. I guess you didn't think about that, huh? No,
we live to share anyway.
We do live to share. This is so delicious and it's so easy to make. From start to finish, how long does this take?
It will take you basically 30 minutes. That depends on the setting. Also, it also depends on the fridge that you use.
Oh, okay, stunning. Well, this is super easy, super quick, and of course, I'll just leave you to do the incredible garnishing as you do.
Awesome.
So easy, so simple, quick, and something that you need to try midweek. Now remember to SMS the keyword Clover to 33650 to get this recipe sent to you. But here's a quick recap in case you've missed any of the steps. Oh, make it beautiful.
Made with love by Clover.
Indulge with Bliss Double Cream Yogurt. Made with love by Clover.
Now join us after the break as we meet the man himself, the naked DJ. Only he's clothed.
Tonight on the next brand ambassador, things kick up a notch as the top 12 get their first challenge working for a real brand.
Things are about to get serious now.
Right about now, I'm going to actually ask who's got issues.
Kanye comes in, guns blazing.
What is happening?
Kanye should be coming in your hearts.
Honey, I told you so.
As always, Tennille has something to say.
Bye-bye.
That's the next brand ambassador tonight at 7:30 p.m. on SABC3. Proudly brought to you by Capitec.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. I hope that you're having a wonderful afternoon so far. It's about to get better. Now, with a name that gets your immediate attention as soon as you hear it. Naked DJ is one of South Africa's most celebrated personalities. Having started out as a hip-hop DJ, he later branched out into radio, where he became really popular for the well-known radio segment #AskAMan on Metro FM. And of course, if you've got any questions for this man, head over to our socials using the #Afternoon Express. Welcome to the studio. I didn't recognize you with your clothes on.
Oh, wow. Thank you. Thank you for having me. Why did it take you so long?
Oh, well, because we heard that you don't often wear clothes. No, I'm joking. Wow. How did Naked DJ become your thing?
The name?
Yeah.
Look, you know, as a creative, you have these creative sparks at any given time. Yeah. With me, they would come to me when I was in the shower at home. So every time I'd be in the shower, I'd just jump out and then get into my room and start mixing, you know, DJing naked.
Yeah.
So my mom used to come in the room all the time. Stop playing that loud music. And one day she said, stop playing that loud music. And can you please stop DJing naked? You know? So whenever, if you're a black child, you know, when your mom's friends come over, you make tea for them.
Yes.
So they'd say, who's this young man? And she'd say, this is my naked DJ. So, and when I started being a professional DJ, I was like, no, mom was onto something.
She's, listen, she must have been an amazing mother because, I mean, look how cute that child is.
Yeah, amazing but naughty. My parents are super naughty.
Really?
So, yeah. You know, hence the name.
Yeah, but that's a good thing, I think.
Yeah.
I think naughty and cheeky, it builds character.
And they have like 6 kids, so they are very naughty.
No TV, clearly.
Yeah.
Hey, Mom. 7th kid on the way.
Oh, wow, Jeannie, behave.
So how did you get into DJing?
Look, I've always come from a musical family. My bigger brothers loved music, and my eldest brother, Fortune, wanted to be a DJ.
Yeah.
But I would listen to him DJ, and I would cringe. Like, every time a mix would come through, I'd be like, you're going to embarrass the family.
Yeah.
So when he would be away overseas, I'd sneak into his room and then start DJing.
Yeah.
So he'd come back and I'd say, you're supposed to sound like this.
Yeah.
So the first time he heard me play, he said, okay, that's it. I'm giving you all my vinyl, my music, everything, because you actually can do this. Yeah. So I used to make mixtapes for him to give to his friends. And one day someone needed someone to fill in at it's the radio station at the mall at the time. This is 2002. I was 22 years old. So I filled in for someone, not because I was a DJ, but just because I knew how to mix.
Yeah.
And then I think also with the name, it got people's attention, and people wanted now to book me for clubs, for corporate events, for everything. And that's how I was born. I'm actually living my brother's dream.
I wonder how he feels about that. But you certainly did catch people's attention. And I think nothing more so than the #AskAMan on FTRFM. I absolutely love that segment. How did it come about, and what was your intention?
Look, I've been on the 9 to 12 slot for probably 8 years now. I actually started working with Azania, and there was a segment called, it was an agony aunt segment. So, Azania, I'm in trouble. You know, people would read the email and give advice. But then about 5 years ago, when I started working with Bonang, and on
the front row.
Yeah, on the front row.
Yeah, I loved it.
We decided to, zhuzh it up a little bit and to give it a more modern feel with social media. And, so we said, okay, guys, there's 3 men, it's Bonang, and there's 3 men in studio. It was Mr. T, who was a married guy. He had been married for 8 years at the time. JJ was recently married, and I was the single guy. And they said, let's give perspective from 3 different men going through 3 different things in their lives.
Yeah.
So, and that's how Ask a Man started. And it just took off like wildfire.
It's brilliant. I love hearing it. I mean, I often listen to it, and I mean, sometimes I cringe.
You like people's stories?
No, I like different perspectives, and I like opinions. And sometimes the things that people phone in to ask you, what's the craziest thing that you've had to give perspective on or had to give your opinion on?
Jeez, I think most of the time it's when women call in and they juggling 3 men at a time.
I don't know how they do that.
And you guys are really good at it.
Oh, because men don't do that.
No, women are better cheaters than men.
Yeah.
I think after 6 years
I'm not gonna agree to that.
6 years of
Joking, I'm not a cheater.
After 6 years on Ask a Man, that's what we've come to the conclusion that women do it better than us because they're more discreet. Men kiss and tell.
Yeah.
And geez, ladies, especially 2019 is the worst year.
Really?
Ladies are going in. 2019.
Well, one thing we know now about the Naked DJ is that he doesn't trust a woman.
No.
Are you still single?
I am still single. I've been single this whole year. So, yeah.
Why? Out of choice?
I need to ask a man too someday. I need to look. Relationships are not pop and place. Relationships are difficult. So, but I think I'm good and ready. I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready for someone.
All right, we'll find you somebody. Let's see if someone on our socials wants to slide into your DMs.
All right.
Absolutely, Jeannie. It's as if you know already. We have got the ladies lined up for Mr. Naked here. We're going to start off with Ukwezi here, who says, please tell him he is my everything. I cannot live without him. And can he tell us the truth about him and Lerato? We can't be crazy over someone else's assets. He's still mine, though, and we've been through a lot. You've been through a lot, Nay, with people.
No, I have been. I've been through a lot. And guys, Lerato and I have been friends for over 10 years.
Just friends?
Just friends.
And a little kiss here and there.
Do you kiss your friends?
Some of them, yeah.
Look, I don't. Look, I don't kiss my friends, but trust me, she's nurturing, she's loving. And she's not just a good person to me only. She's actually great too. She turns everything that she touches into gold.
That's beautiful.
And I love her to bits. Lerato,
you seem like an amazing friend. I think that's very cool. You spoke about it so beautifully. That's so nice.
I also need friends like the Naked DJ, just saying. We've got JJJ321 here who says, most people obviously want to know about his relationship with Lerato.
Not again.
And I am one of them. But going deeper into his questions, JJJ here says, what is his views on gender-based violence, number 1? Number 2, what are the advantages and disadvantages in the entertainment industry? And lastly, your advice to aspiring DJs.
Okay, let's start with the second one, because I think we handled the first one. But guys, let's not hurt the people that we love. Let's be responsible for people's hearts, for people's well-being, and it never needs to get there. What was the second question, Palisa?
The second question was, what are the advantages and disadvantages in the entertainment industry?
Well, look, what should I say? You get in for free at places if you're in entertainment. There are so many perks of being in entertainment, but there's also a lot of things that people don't get to see. Like, for instance, myself, what day of the week is it? Is it Thursday? I don't think I've slept in a couple of days. My eyes are red. I've been to rehearsals here and there.
Yeah.
I don't sleep, during the day. I don't sleep at night. I can only, sleep if I have a driver driving me to my next gig or I'm on a flight, and it's never comfortable. So and South Africa, the entertainment industry is not as big as, let's say, the US or whatever. So you constantly have to keep on working just to maybe make ends meet, or, just to make that money so that you're comfortable.
Back back to point number one, your relationship with the router. If I can just tell you, in a relationship, trust and respect, I think, is more important than sometimes falling in love with somebody. And I think there's no better relationship than the one you can have with a really good friend. I'm just saying.
Who's your favorite friend of the opposite sex?
I got a few.
Wow.
Now, previously known as the Super UHD, NanoCell is a new technology. The next step, available in 3 different sizes, the LG NanoCell range makes your favorite television programming as vivid as real life. Now, we have Brian Smith, the co-owner of bandwidthblog.com, in studio to give us more insights. Welcome to the Loft, Brian.
Thanks very much. Thanks for having me.
Now, I've been truly enjoying all the features of this NanoCell TV. They're super remarkable. But what I think is so outstanding that most people overlook is the design of television. And of course, LG has come through making sure that this TV fits in any space, any lounge, and any room. Don't you agree?
Absolutely. I recall growing up that TVs used to be these massive black boxes that you would have in your
with
lounge.
The bums.
And you'd have your cabinet to hide it up. But nowadays we have at least lounges where we can put these beautiful works of art that are our TV screens around. And I think what really makes the NanoCell range interesting is that it actually accommodates something that LG's called nano bezels. So what I mean by that, bezels are the very small side strips you might have traditionally seen on older TVs, and you might have noticed over the past couple of years, these have been getting smaller and smaller. However, in this range, the bezels are incredibly small, and that doesn't actually mean that you're getting less TV. Because manufacturers such as LG are able to produce smaller and smaller bezels these days, it means there's actually more real estate for the screen in question. So not only do you get a great design, but you actually get more screen real estate to enjoy.
Absolutely. That sounds so good to me, because we definitely do appreciate the full aspects and the full spectrum of what LG has brought to the table here with these nanocells. And another incredible feature that I absolutely enjoy is just the AI technology that they've built into these TVs, making life so convenient, so easy. I mean, you can do absolutely anything basically with these TVs. What's your favorite feature?
So there are a number. So if we look at least on the level that you might not interact with day to day, but definitely makes life easier, these TVs come equipped with a really high-end processor that essentially is a quad-core processor, which is the equivalent of what you might get in many smartphones these days. It means things run that much more intuitively and speedily on the device itself. And that means that there are a number of artificial intelligence features at play here which are really exciting. So for one, there's AI picture and AI sound, which can actually adjust the picture and sound to suit whichever piece of content, be it a television series or feature film that you're watching on the go. So it means you're always getting the best viewing experience possible. There is, of course, also perhaps what is ultimately my favorite feature is voice recognition technology.
Yes.
And this means that you can actually ask your television questions, all the way from asking it to recommend all the way from a recipe to the weather this weekend. And we can actually try it out right now.
Okay, let's go for it. I really enjoy this.
What's the weather in Cape Town this weekend?
That is so easy, so quick. We can already see it's thinking, it's pending, trying to get the answer, and there we go.
Looks a bit chilly.
Okay. So definitely, if you're in Cape Town, do pack a jersey this weekend.
And take your TV with you.
And take your TV along with you. Why not, whilst we at it? And you know, this TV is just great for everything. I think for myself, I really appreciate a TV that has put everything into perspective, like the sound on these devices. I mean, there's no need to spend additional money on speakers or any of that. This TV comes with the best of the best in sound.
Absolutely. So what people often find when they go out and purchase a thinner TV these days is that it's the excuse of form over function. And what I mean by that is when you purchase a smaller TV, many manufacturers don't actually install high-grade sound systems, and what you end up with is really tinny sound that you might have to go out and buy yet another speaker to couple to it. What's really interesting with the NanoCell range is that not only do they actually accommodate really large speakers themselves, so the sound is always quite pristine, they actually accommodate different software features that optimize sound over time. So I mentioned AI sound earlier, but that's just the beginning, in that we also have Dolby Atmos on board. That's maybe the technology that you're more familiar with if you've been to a movie cinema. What essentially this allows in layman's terms is that if you're sitting anywhere in a room, let's say you don't have to be facing the TV head on, you'll still be offered the same rich sound experience as you would if you were sitting in front of it, and that it's omnidirectional.
No, look, I'm right here for it. I love that surround sound element, and I want to feel like I'm in the film that I'm watching. But lastly, I want to find out from you, Brian, what is NanoCell? A lot of our viewers are not familiar with the jargon and the terminology, and what makes this perfect for viewing pleasure?
I actually really like the name, to be honest. honest, and this is entirely a personal opinion, because there are so many different terms on the market. For example, we have HD, which I think most people will know is high definition and perhaps is more the standard for televisions these days. We also have UHD, which is ultra high definition, which is essentially what some people might call 4K, is the next standard of high definition. Super UHD, which is what NanoCell used to be called, it's now been rebranded, is essentially the next step in this technology. And it couples together a tech called HDR, which is high dynamic range, which in layman's terms blends together really staggering highlights, so bright surfaces on video, and then lowlights, so shadows. And rolling these together, you get a really rich picture that comes quite close now to what we'll see in real life.
Wow, absolutely taking the director and making him in our living room and experiencing everything that he's brought to life. Thank you so much, Brian, for coming through and dropping these jewels of knowledge. Now, NanoCell allows LG to deliver more immersive, color-accurate and rich viewing experiences. Previously known as the Super UHD, LG's NanoCell range of TVs use the latest technology to deliver a next-generation viewing experience, leaving older LCD technologies in the dust. Ooh, now, after the break, Ayanda Gia hits the stage. Stay right there.
Express yourself.
One, two.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express, and thank you so much for choosing us this Thursday. Now, in the current light of what's happening in our country, we all need the light, we all need the warmth, and we all need the sun. And this is Ayanda Gia performing The Sun. Ladies and gentlemen, take it away.
Thank you.
All the shadows inside, it's dark as night. It's gonna turn out alright. Trust me, I know it's scary sometimes. You're stressed out, you can't sleep at night. Now you're wondering, when will it ever end? But there's only a bridge over water if you believe me. Sing, oh yeah, oh yeah. Sing, oh yeah, oh yeah. Sing, oh yeah, oh yeah. I say, look, it's only a bridge over water if you believe me. Sing, oh yeah, oh yeah. Sing, oh yeah, oh yeah. Sing, oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh, don't cry, it's gonna be alright. take the fall, thinking that there's nothing left. But see, you gotta be strong, oh, cause it's not over yet. So when it's misty and blue, the light will shine through. You're never alone, trust and keep moving on. It's only bridge over water if you believe me, sing. Oh yeah, sing. Oh yeah, sing. Oh yeah, look, it's only bridge over water if you believe me, sing. Oh yeah, sing. Oh yeah, sing. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh, don't cry. Don't cry. It's gonna be alright. Heartaches are over. Here comes the sun. Don't cry. It's gonna be alright.
Afternoon Express, made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.